When is the last time I have seen a baby episode in a romance? Like, a baby episode kind of centered around something like this. I'm trying to think. I could be forgetting about recent things, but I don't really remember any recent romance using a baby, like, episode like this. The only thing instantly that comes to my mind is Clanad, but that's not really recent. So, this episode was quite an experience because I haven't actually seen these type of episodes at all. Like, they're barely ever made, and it was definitely a very different experience this week compared to what I normally get. I mean, I know I've talked about Monogatari and how, it breaks cliches, but this episode was just very different compared to normal episodes. Like, this was way out there compared to what we normally get because this was like fresh air. It was a very unique experience that not a lot of us have probably experienced a lot when it comes to reading and watching anime, because stuff like this is very few and far in between. And so to see this type of episode, okay, so definitely a great way to have different types of feelings about Monogatari after this week, because I could definitely give Monogatari credit for using an episode I don't normally see, because this was definitely, out of all the episodes I've seen with the cliches, like the uncliche stuff about it, how it gets broken, I think this is one of the most shocking episodes, just the way it was handled. And I can't be the only one that thought that the mother was going to have a miscarriage. I really thought that was going to happen when I was watching this episode, and I'm like, don't fucking do this. Please don't do this, Monogatari. That's what I was thinking in my mind, because I'm like, I know you like breaking cliches and stuff, and I know there hasn't been much drama, but don't use the drama to make a miscarriage. Please don't do that shit. That would just destroy me. And so I'm kind of glad that Monogatari didn't use all that potential it had, for instance, going over that line to where there was a miscarriage, because I don't think many of us wanted to go for those type of emotions we'd feel if, Goda lost, like, his little sister. I think he would be devastated. And so I'm kind of glad that really didn't happen. I really am. I'm really happy that didn't happen, because that could have went down a very dark path, and I don't think I would have wanted to deal with that, because that would have been fucking depressing, because it would have been realistic, actually, in some ways, but still, been very fucking depressing. So, this episode, Monogatari. Okay, so, the episode is pretty much about Goda's mother. That's exactly what the episode's about. It's kind of showcasing growth of Goda, and how he's become more independent, and also how he's not really a wimp or a baby. He actually cares for his mother, and how he has changed where he looks after so many people through his life. And the mother realizes this at the end of the episode, which shows you that she's changed her perspective of how she looks at her son, and also it goes to show you that Goda is now moving on to become a man. Even though he's shown a lot of characteristics already being a man, he's moving on to be a man now that his mother has acknowledged him for what he has done. So the episode was a way to showcase some form of drama, because when it comes to Monogatari, we don't get much drama, and I kind of felt like the way the mangaka went about with this, it was like the mangaka saying to readers, when this was probably wrote in the manga, probably telling readers, like, okay, I know I don't put much drama, so here you go, let's put some drama that might make it to where, like, one of our female characters will have a miscarriage. And that was definitely some drama I didn't expect, and it wasn't exaggerated, it wasn't drawn out. I mean, if you are the son of, a mother that's pregnant, and she is overworking herself, of course you're going to be worried. I mean, you most likely will. You'll be worried that she's going to injure herself, the baby's going to get hurt, and the way Goda was reacting throughout this entire episode, it was a great way to showcase his type of compassion as a person. Even though we know Goda is that type of person, we didn't really need clarification on that, because we know Goda is a kind person. It was still just a great way to showcase drama along with Goda in his personality. Now, one thing I noticed about this episode that I think some might not actually realize, which it took me a moment to actually figure it out, because I was watching the episode and then I was going back getting thumbnails and stuff, and I saw the scene again, and I'm like, oh, fucking shit, that reminds me a lot of the original part of Monogatari, like the first part. Let me explain. In the first half of Monogatari, if we remember, there was a certain arc we got that wrapped around Suna and his father. Remember, his father was hospitalized, and there was a bad situation where Goda was there for his friend. He was there for his friend in those hard times, and he was there, and it shows you true friendship. And to see that, that was very beautiful. I talked about that. It was one of the best episodes of the series. And kind of from the standpoint of the way this episode was done, it was kind of like Suna repaying the favor to his friend, because, see, Goto was in a bad situation. You know he was feeling distraught after what happened, because, I mean, his mother might be having a miscarriage, he might lose his little brother or sister. I mean, it's a very bad situation. Of course, he was upset about it, and to see how Suna walked in and was with him in the taxi cab to the hospital, it was a very good moment to showcase he was repaying Goto back, and he is going to be there for his friend, no matter what happens. So yeah, a very well-executed episode this week of Monogatari that continues to be amazing. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.